basketball is a sport that we see that we have what's called motivation from it, to be able to do what people know that you'll be best at.
I've got to tell you, it's given me a lot of enthusiasm about coaching again.
It's very fantastic, it's very cool. I like basketball.
I don't know what about it, but I just love the game.
If we get out there and then we get help, we take it because that's what we really looking for, but we don't know where to go. You need to start somewhere and to be able to get involved with others, and that's why we have this tournament. And because when you're a new community, you need to be able to express yourself and to be able to be recognized.
And over the years I've been coaching junior sides, and what's happened in the last few years is that these sides have started to see a lot more multicultural or multi-indigenous children coming to play, and through that we got some contact with some of the Sudanese community, and we got one of the boys to come and play in our team. What happened when we got him, that brought along a few of the others to training, and we ended up with 15, 20, 25 people from the Sudanese community coming to training sessions.
Basically, it was a way to just have something to do. It keeps me out of trouble, as you know, if I wasn't doing basketball, I'd be running around the streets, sitting outside the house doing nothing. That's how I got started, and since then I've been in love with the game.
These kids, they really love basketball, and all the skills they gained there, they didn't come from somewhere else. They didn't come from a coach. They just straight. It's copy and paste, copy and paste. But if the coach could have that, like, handle that, help them to put instructions, you know, and to be able to demonstrate to them, it would be really good.
The Sudanese community bring athletes along that are very, very well matched for basketball. They're very athletic, they're very competitive, and they really have taken a love to the game. So we see as time goes by with them, they're going to play a heavier role.
By actively going out and meeting that community through a tournament or through organised sport, especially clubs and associations, it not only raises awareness that, hey, there is a channel for you to participate in community life, but because you're actually the first to actually do it and be role models, you'll find that the younger generation will also follow in the footsteps.
Since Australia is really multicultural, I think sports, basketball in particular, brings a lot of people together, and then you don't really think about anything else other than the sport, and everyone's still the same in that court, so forget about all your problems.
It helps these kids have something to do. It gives them a purpose and a place to be and a goal to achieve.
It's really hard back there in our country. Girls are not allowed to play any sport because they're girls. But here, because we come to Australia, so it's a free country.
And people just starting a new home. And you know how hard it is, you know, getting to different places which are brand new to you, and you start a new life, which is very, very hard. Even though the people there have a warm welcome to you, it's still challenging.
Probably the first and the hardest one for us has been parents. We find we can get the kids involved pretty quickly. The kids come along and do their thing, which is fantastic. But parents tend to keep a distance, and I find compared to, say, the Australian kids, where we'll see the parents heavily involved, we do not see that. The other thing that's a challenge for us is the transportation, getting them there. So generally what you do as a coach, like you do for everywhere, you go and pick them up, you're the taxi, and you do that. So you've got to make a commitment to that. And probably the third thing that causes us some problems is the cost of our sport. It's not the cheapest sport, so there is a fair cost involved.
Cultural adjustment, definitely. Miss home, miss my family. Definitely took a while to readjust to the environment in Australia, but worked out good so far.
With the Sudanese community in particular, they're very much about self-help. So what we've tried to do is make things available to them so they can help themselves, and they've really jumped on that bandwagon and done a lot of helping themselves. As far as the parents goes, one of the successful things we did was that Garang, or G, organised with his community to bring the elders in so we could explain what the program was doing. We got a very, very good reaction to that, and I thought that was really well done. But you need to have somebody that's a sponsor in the community to be able to do that, so that come well. As far as getting them to venues on time and things, just put more petrol in your car, I think is the only answer about that.
We do various number of programs, and one of those programs is to sponsor local sporting teams through basketball. What we do with the particular Sudanese community in the ACT is that we provide them with the uniforms, allow them to actually look like a team, be part of the team, and any travel expenses that we can take care of that as well.
If they need players, they could come out and say, look, are there any players in your community? Do we have people who want to play basketball? They there.
So I think what basketball clubs, and I'd recommend to them, it's about being part of the community, and this is a really good opportunity for basketball clubs just to be more than the sport, as part of the community as well. I've also got involved with a number of the clubs in Canberra, including the Ginninderra Rats and the president there, and she's been exceptionally supportive, and we get kids along to their training sessions. They don't have to play, but they can go along and learn, and gives them an opportunity to get involved with the clubs. The other thing I'd say to all the clubs and coaches is that when I've asked for help, when I've mentioned this, it's been amazing. It's been just stunning in the ACT in Canberra. The support I've got from a myriad of coaches, all at senior levels, people that have coached at NBL and Gunners level, etc., SCABL level, they've all jumped in and come and do a session. So you don't ask them to do lots of sessions, you just ask them to come and do a session, and you'll find they'll always support you, and that really helps the kid.
Most people are shy to go try and make playing teams. And some Sudanese as well are just more comfortable playing with other Sudanese. Therefore, I think the only way to get more people into it is asking Sudanese people already playing in there. They can bring more people, and then coaches take it on from there.
I think the future is exceptionally exciting. I think that when we see the Sudanese boys and girls playing, we see their raw talent and ability, and I think once we see a generation 2 going through, we're going to see some fabulous basketballers. The blocks we build now becomes easy because they'll have the understanding of how to be involved and how to get into it. So the hard part is to build the blocks. Once you have the template, I think it then builds from there.
I see that there will be a huge difference later on in Australia, where these kids will grow up and they will get a lot of support, and they will be out there, you know. The change will come. The change will come. There will be a big change for the Sudanese community, for the Australia, you know, like, you know, it will be really amazing.